Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today we're just gonna jump right into things and start the card. So I wanted to make a really cool mountain range, but I can't draw. So I got this really cool stencil, and this made the process so much easier. As you can see, I'm just using the stencil on my card front here and adding some distress ink to it, and for this I wanted the colors to be very, very vivid, so it's gonna be a lot of ink blending layers. So I started with purple, I started with pink, and now moving on to purple, and I wanted it to be like a nighttime sky, so that's why I chose these colors. And as you can see, I'm doing a lot of layering with the inks. This is how you're going to get the most vivid of colors, really, really saturated. All I can say during this process is be prepared for some really inky fingers if you're not careful. So as you can see here, I'm moving into some really dark blue, and then I will be transitioning that into black for my nighttime sky. And I'm going back and forth in between the colors, just making sure they really blend in between each color, and really taking the time to make sure I have full coverage of my nighttime sky here. If you are new to ink blending, then using a stencil is a really great way to practice your skills. Another great tool for ink blending is the mat I'm using. Has a really slick surface, so I'm kind of using it as my palette. So for my nighttime sky here, I wanted to add some stars, and so the easiest way for me to do that was to get some paint and just... The mat I'm using really helps to contain the mess and protect my work surface, so I highly recommend using a mat like this if you're going to do somewhat of a messy project. And so I have some blobs on there. I think I'm just going to trim that off later, just for a neater nighttime sky. So my mountain range is almost done, but I wanted to add some more dimension to it. So I decided to use a stencil. I flipped it around, and now I'm just using some grayish blue ink to add some shadows in different places to really resemble mountains. And I'm being really careful not to touch the white part with my fingers, because you don't want to mess up the card at this point. And I'm just slightly, ink blending right off the stencil here. There's no rhyme or reason. I'm just playing around with what looks the best. I'm using a really light hand here to create these sort of snowbanks within my mountain. And yeah, once that's done, all you have to do is heat emboss my sentiment. And like I said, I trimmed down the card and added to my card base. And this card is done. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.